Hello, this is Jen Wood, and I'd like to welcome you back to another Mindfulness Monday. Last week, we talked about settling the mind, and we did some practice to settle the mind. And I talked about that hamster wheel in the mind and how it's a tendency to go faster and faster. And also how our mind can be like a snow globe, and we can pick the snow globe up and shake it about, and the thoughts are all over the place. But if we put the snow globe down and the snowflakes settle, then it becomes clear. And that's a helpful metaphor for the mind, because if we can stop getting involved in our thoughts, we can start to settle. We're not trying to empty our mind of thoughts, that's not possible, but we're trying not to get involved with our thoughts so much so that they have an impact on us emotionally. And today I'd like to just take one step on from that and talk about grounding ourselves in the body. So even although we might have started to settle the mind, that kind of agitation that we sometimes have in the mind, the snow globe, shaken up, and we found a posture that's comfortable, sitting, feet flat on the floor, comfortably being supported, nice and upright. We still have this tendency to get distracted. We still have a tendency to kind of lose our focus. And so what we're going to work on next, what I'd like to introduce for you today, is the concept of grounding. And grounding can be really helpful when we're stressed, when we're anxious. And grounding involves a sense of being rooted, of being embodied. And that really helps us to keep our attention in place. And when we speak about being rooted, I'd like to imagine your feet on the floor, or feel your feet on the floor. And I'd like you to imagine roots growing from the soles of your feet right down through the floor into the earth. Just like these lovely trees behind me. Imagine that you are a tree. And actually you might even be standing up, and you might imagine how much more secure and sturdy you might feel if you had big roots deep into the earth, just like these trees behind me. And this exercise that we're going to do together focuses on the body and follows on from the last one we did, the settling the mind exercise from last week. If you didn't listen to it, you don't need to stop now. You can just go back and listen to it later. And in the same way that I mentioned the feet on the floor, it's useful to get back into that posture that we've been speaking about, that mindfulness posture, feet on the ground, really feeling all the parts of your body that are being supported by what you're sitting on, and finding your posture and settling your body will help to settle the mind and will help you move on to this grounding stage. Okay. So just start to focus on your body and become aware of all the feelings, the sensations that you might notice in your body. And maybe you want to scan through the body and just notice any areas that might feel tight or uncomfortable. Or maybe you want to do it like popcorn and just allow sensations to come up. It doesn't matter how you do it. And there's no wrong way to do this. There really isn't any wrong way to do this, but just allow the sensations to come up and just present themselves. So, for example, you might become aware of the pressure as you sit on whatever you're sitting on. You might become aware of the pressure underneath you. You might become aware of the temperature. You might feel cool, you might feel warm, you might feel hot. There might be a slight discomfort on your right shoulder. Just notice. Maybe there's some tension in one of your knees. There might be some discomfort in your tummy. Just notice. But an overall feeling of being relaxed and at ease because you've settled your mind and let go of any feeling that you have to strive and struggle and try to feel something. Just notice. And now see if you can find out for yourself how the best way to do this is. Again, as I said, some people find that scanning through the body from the tips of the toes to the top of the head, or from the top of the head to the tips of the toes, works best. And other people find that like a popcorn approach works better. So just notice. And don't get involved with any kind of discomfort, any feeling that you find. Just see if you can notice any sensations, any physical sensations in your body without worrying about them, without trying to fix them, without trying to change them. We're just noticing what's here right now in the present moment. And once you've scanned through your body, once you've allowed your attention to be drawn to a particular area, now become aware of your body as a whole. Become aware of your whole body. Notice how your whole body feels. As if you were holding your whole body in your awareness. And now see if you can stretch your awareness, stretch your focus out beyond the edges of your body to the space around your body. And then bring your focus back inside your body. Bring it back to your body. And just notice how your body is surrounded by space, surrounded by the air in the room that you're in. And there's something quite freeing, quite liberating about just noticing that space around the body. So if your mind is tense, if you feel a bit stressed or anxious, you could just spend a bit of time grounding the body, feeling the feelings that you're experiencing in the present moment, and focusing on the body and on the space around the body. So I hope you enjoyed that Mindfulness Monday for today. I look forward to seeing you again next week for another Mindfulness Monday. Enjoy.